Yeah. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the BKBK podcast, where sports and the culture collide and the New York Jets reign supreme.
Woo!
I'm your host, Brandon Phillips, joined by my fellow co-host, Brian Taylor.
That's right.
Our other hosts, our brothers in arms, fellow Jets fans and Bruinites. Kyle McKenna will join us a little later, hopefully.
That's right.
And unfortunately, our other Bruin brother, Kerry, will not be able to join us. But don't worry, guys. We got it. Me and B, we're going to hold it down for you.
That's
and
right.
our
That's
viewing
right. That's
audience.
right.
We love Kyle. We love Kerry. Kyle's over there 3,000 miles away. And Kerry's just in his backyard. Come on, Kerry.
What's up with that?
You know? No, I'm just playing. All righty. Hey, listen, we're going to jump right to it. Listen, everybody, the kickoff for the Jets season 2018 is in literally like an hour and 2 minutes.
It's tonight, right? It's crazy.
So we had to squeeze in another podcast
Had
from
to.
BKBK, from Team BKBK.
Had to.
All right. So now the Jets regular season prediction, that's what we're going to start with, all right? So let's get this kicked off right.
That's right.
I'm going to set it off, all righty? And I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Okay.
I'm going to say that the Jets are going to be 7-9.
Oh, 7-9, huh? Below
7-9.
500. Okay.
Yes. Not 500.
Okay.
I see improvement all across the board
Okay.
in terms of production.
Okay.
The only thing that prevents me from predicting, say, a 9-7 record is that I understand every rookie quarterback, Sam, Brandon Phillips, Darnold, all right, needs to go through some growing pains once he arrives in the NFL.
Okay.
So he's going to have to go through that before he turns into Aaron Rodgers. So, and I fully expect him to do that. So that's the only reason why I am basically limiting them to 7-9. Plus, I looked at their schedule, and I really do actually, I'm not wearing rose-colored glasses. I really think that they can achieve that 7-9 threshold, maybe even 8-8. But I'm going to err a side of caution and say 7-9. And I think we start with our first win to achieve that 7-9 tonight against Detroit in the D. How about that? Take that.
Gotta love it.
How about that? Jalen Rhodes, if you're watching, how about that? If I had a Jets jacket, I wear it tomorrow.
That's right. How about them apples?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you're going with 7-9. Let's look at everybody else's predictions. All right. So 2018 projections for win-loss. We got Kyle said 9-7. I said 8-8. Brandon obviously provided the 7-9, and Kerry was at 6-10.
Come on, Kerry.
Come on, man. Are you serious? Are you serious? 6-10.
Now, all right. So hey, all right. So that's your brother.
Right.
You know him. The same blood flows through your veins. What is motivating him to give us a 6-10 prediction for the Jets? It's only one game more than last year.
So I think for him, he's looking at the offensive line. We really don't have the offensive line. He talked about the lack of weapons, and I think he's really discounting what we have from a wide receiver group. And I think our running backs are definitely more than serviceable with Crowell. We upgraded, right? So yeah. I think we're definitely, as far as the skill position, we're ahead of where we are. If we're going to grade that, I'm not going to give us an A, obviously, right, but I would give us a B. I would give us a solid B. Not extraordinary. We don't have the people that are going to stretch the field from that perspective. So I definitely understand where he's coming from there. And then we don't have a pass rush. So when we're trying to get off the field, when you're talking wins and losses, I think it's different from the development of Sam Darnold. Whereas, he could throw for 5,000 yards and have 40 touchdowns. But if we can't close out games, it's not really going to matter much, from that perspective. So those are the things I think that he's looking at when he predicted his 6-10. Now, we're tight, right? You're talking about a couple of wins, a couple of losses. You can end up with a 6-10 record, or you can end up with that 9-7 record that Kyle was looking at. For me, I ended up as 8-8. And the 8-8, from my perspective, was, I think we're right now an average team. I'll own that B, maybe a B minus. I think Darnold's going to make some mistakes. and
I think we're a
costless.
C plus. I think we're a C plus. I think if you look at the grade scale, let's bring it back to high school. I think average is a C plus. I think we're a touch above that. I'd say that. I'm sorry, an average is a C, and a C plus is a touch above average. So I give us a C plus. I'm not even going to give us a B minus at this point just yet.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Not to step on you, but did
Go
you
ahead.
go into a dark tunnel or something, man? Because you look like you ain't got no light on, man. Did you pay the light bill or what's going on back there, bro?
You know
Because
what?
you looking wild dark right now,
Wild
bro.
dark.
Yeah. Like you about to rob somebody or something, man. You all right
Coming to
back
the
there?
light. Coming to the light.
You got the motion sensor or something in there, yo?
Nah, I got you. I got you. Come on, man. Listen, viewing audience. Yeah, I forgot to pay the light bill. The kid is, he's from meager beginnings.
It's real here, man. This is live TV. This is what happens in live TV out here.
It is. It is. It is. Figured this is gonna have to be ancillary content that we pull from the web.
It's all good, baby. It's all good.
All right.
Remember when Brandon didn't pay the light bill? That's gonna be the caption at the bottom.
Funny. How about this?
Oh yeah. That looks good. That's good.
How about this background too?
That's right.
Get that $1 million kitchen. Now I'm playing.
HGTV, huh? They just left.
Yeah, they just left.
All right, so
Property Brothers.
That's right.
Yeah.
So getting back to it, I mean, again, for me, 8-8 was B, being average. I think that Sam Darnold is going to cost us a couple of wins. I think he's going to earn us a couple of W's as well on his way to learning this year. I think the defense is right now. What I've seen is bend but don't break. We're going to play Detroit today. They're really going to stress that. You got Matthew Stafford out there on my fantasy club, by the way. I'm like 34 points down. I really need to throw it all around the place, but relax, I need the W by the Jets. I mean, I listen, public service announcement from, the Hall of Famers. Got to do it. But, from that perspective, I think, we've got a secondary that I think is very good. I think we have linebackers that are good. The pressure is going to kill us. We're not going to be able to get off the field on third downs, and that's going to stress the entire team. And I think this is what I'm really concerned about. Because it's bend but don't break, people are going to put together long drives, and then we don't get enough touches on offense. So then we're pressing.
You know what long drives do in football? They wear down the defense.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to focus on scheming out so that we can be or that we can have a lot more 3 and outs. And I wonder if that outside linebacker who has a lot of talent that we just picked up on waivers or free agency, I believe. What's
for
his
the
last
Chargers,
name?
right? Achelu or something like that.
Atachu or something like that.
Right.
They say he comes from good pedigree, but the thing that's been hurting him is the fact that he has been hurt. And but they're saying that the talent is there. So I hope they I don't know, just fed him up with some healthy stuff, and he's going to be running around out there in the field tonight.
Right.
Hopefully it's not too soon for him, and that he'll be 100% healthy and make it out of the game healthy. And even if he's just a situational pass rusher until he gets to learn our scheme, I want to see what he has to do, because you know what else do we have to lose? Because we really don't have an outside rusher, and if we as it would solve the world of problems. Look what Mac did. Look what Khalil Mack did.
Yesterday. Oh yeah. Crushed him out, man.
John Gruden's going to regret that deal forever.
Strip sack. Then he had the interception for a touchdown.
Yep.
He had other sacks in that game too.
Yep.
I mean, it was just ridiculous. Like, you couldn't have written a better script, for the exception of the fact that Chicago lost the game.
I think he's in the record book. I think he's the only, not the only, but I think maybe the only one in like an extended period of time to have a sack, a fumble, a sack, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown all in the same game.
Did you throw the INT in there too?
And an interception. My bad. Yes, and that.
Yeah, man. That is.
And you know what? And I just scooped them up on the wire fantasy.
Go ahead, man. Scoop
Like, no,
them
I'm
up. I mean,
I
your,
wish.
your team's doing pretty good, but we're gonna cover fantasy later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I mean, listen, I'm a little disappointed at Kerry's 6-10 to be honest with you, because that means
yeah.
that really there, to me, is Sam Darnold worth an extra W? You know, that's one W. We were 5-11 last year, so you're telling me we spent
I know.
millions and millions of dollars on the team in order to get better with the free agents. We had a draft class which included Sam Darnold, who is now our franchise quarterback, throwing him in there from day one.
Yeah.
And you're telling me all of that equals up to one singular W.
And that's where I fundamentally disagree with Kerry. I think that minimum two, and that's what I was willing to give the Jets because I am a enthusiastic, pessimistic Jets fan, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've been Jets fans our entire lives. We haven't seen a winning team as far as winning the chip. So I've learned to temper my expectations a little bit. So I wanted to show marked improvement, and in football, 2 games is pretty good unless you haven't won any, and then all of a sudden the next year you win 2 games. That still stinks.
Right.
But going from 5 wins to 7 wins, and we've seen teams make the playoffs in weak divisions with a 7-9 record. So I think basically this shows that we're on the cusp. And I think that with the addition of Sam Darnold, it shows that our franchise as a whole, with the other acquisitions, would show that we are on the cusp. And it will also save jobs like McCagnon, like Todd Bowles, who I like a lot. And it would continue with the continuity of growing the franchise. And that's what we need. I don't want to see another turnover as far as management, as far as front office, and as far as coaching. Give us this year and give me another year. I want to see some continuity, and I really want to see what happens now.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And to me, when I looked at it and we were 5-11, I settled in on 8-8 because 3 wins. You know, can Darnold be responsible for 3 wins? I mean, he looks like somebody, and again, we don't know his pedigree until we throw him out there and we actually see what he's able to do. But from the USC days, he looks like somebody that can make a mistake and bounce back from it. He looks like somebody that can bring you from behind in a game and has the ability to compete, which is what you want. Somebody that's a fourth quarter quarterback. You know, the person that's going to come back, we're down 10 points. All right, get in that huddle, you know, rattle a few cages and say, you know what? We're good. We're good. We're just going to score 14 points. That's it. You know, let's go do it.
Yeah.
Let's go do it, man.
Somebody who's going to come back after losing to the Bears 20-0.
Oh my God.
And come back and win by 1 point. By the way, just for the record, I love beating teams in general by 1 point.
You like that? Just to tweak them out. Just a tweak.
I love it. And you know what? You win, and then you run off the field and hit the showers like before anybody even know that you're gone, you know? So, like, remember when, like, what is it, Flipper Anderson on the Rams way back in the day?
Wow, Flipper.
Was it him?
Wow.
Or was it wasn't Torrey Holt? Or was it Isaac Bruce? You know, I think it was Flipper Anderson. Caught that, it was against the Giants, too. Caught a touchdown.
And just kept running?
Kept running. Won the game, kept running.
You love it.
In the shower sofa. Hey, where's Phillips? You know, I'm already like halfway dressed in my suit, ready to get on the bus with my headset on.
And you know what? Also, when talking about wins and losses, I mean, you have to talk about the division that you're in. So,
absolutely.
And we watched the Buffalo Bills get totally dismantled.
They're a sorry franchise.
They made the playoffs last year, bro. What happened? Like, I really don't understand what they're doing over there, but do more of it because we just need the W. So if you include them as 2 Ws, which normally at the minimum when you go up to Buffalo, it's tough. It's tough in order to win up there. I think we got 2 wins there. Miami, I'm not willing to at this point just give away the 2 wins because
even though we should,
but we never do against them. So I say we split against them. That's already 3 Ws. We got Detroit tonight. If we out of the because we're playing Miami, right? So we can beat Cleveland.
We can beat Cleveland, but Cleveland is tough. I would
They
not be
are.
surprised if Cleveland beat us. So we have Detroit. I really think that we're going to beat Detroit. Our next game is Miami. I think we can beat them at least first up, get that momentum going. Our third one is Cleveland, correct?
Yes.
I think, honestly, I mean, I think Cleveland is going to win next week, and then maybe beat us, but I'm not sure. I don't want to be pessimistic, but their team has shown marked improvement. And then who's our fourth team? Is it Jacksonville?
Let's see. I'm about to pull it up, man. I'm about to pull it up so we're not
All right.
guessing. All right. Give
And
me a
by the way,
second.
this one right here is for Kyle. Remember, Kyle was telling us we'd better not lose to the Bills this year. I think he'd go on a warpath. Captain Kyle McKenna would go on a war.
I think he would. Yeah.
New York Jets. If the 2018 New York Jets lose in any capacity to the Buffalo sorry Bills, and this goes out to my man Derwin Joseph, who was a Buffalo Bills fan and hit me up last night and was tight, and I was getting on his case. I don't care. Good for you.
He's got to be tight.
Yeah. And Rex Ryan today on that show Get Up,
Yep.
he was destroying the Bills too, and he also admitted that the Jets are still in his heart. So good for you, Rex.
Yeah, he should, man. Should be
Good.
in the heart, man.
We gave him a shot. We gave him a shot.
Green and white. All right, so let's run it down. So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you got the Jets at let's see, Jets Lions. Is that a W or a loss?
W.
I say it's a W too, man. Riding the wave, right?
Hold on, B. Before you do that, I
Yeah.
want to hear Kyle's, and then you and I can go through one at a time.
All right. So Kyle, so he put his prediction in there.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
Killer.
Killer.
Yeah. I might play a little theme music right before the game.
So he didn't see it. It just said Kyle predicts the Jets will be 9-7. You know,
All right.
I can. So I think he's the strong one. He already has 4 wins when you have the Miami Dolphins and Buffalo Bills.
Gotcha.
Right. So he already has down 4 wins. That's already marked in pen. So from that perspective, I think that he's really bullish on probably even splitting with the Patriots potentially. I don't know what glasses he's looking at, but you know what? I can't. 8-8 and 9-7 aren't too far off. 6-10 to me is a little off. Now at 9-7, I heard a lot of people talk sports radio and all that kind of stuff, really discussing the fact that we could potentially be a playoff team. There's a weak AFC East right now. You have the Patriots in the driver's seat at number 1. You have
no wins.
What'd you say?
We're not going to get any wins there, so that's fine.
I don't know. I can't say that. I think maybe we split. Obviously, we're not going to sweep them, but I think we have the potential if we gel by the time we actually get to them for the second time, that potentially we could at that point to beat them.
I think that's the only way or the only condition in which we would win. Sam Darnold, the second time, he'll be considered more like a veteran, at least 14 games under his belt. And in my eyes, he would not a veteran, but he would be seasoned. And then he would have that seasoning to be able to go in there with confidence and potentially upset the Patriots. But I don't think it's going to happen. But those are the conditions that he needs.
Now,
and the seasoning has to be accompanied by a certain amount of victories too.
Now, is that Lowry seasoning? Is that like salt and pepper? Is that a little adobo? I mean,
that's that sazon, Keeg. That's that sazon. You know what I'm saying?
A little Victor Cruz in there, right? A little Victor.
Yeah, a little Victor Cruz, and I'm Jamaican, so I gotta throw in a little, curry or something like that, or some oxtail gravy upon it or something like that.
How about a little peppercorn? A little peppercorn.
That's easy.
So, just looking at all right. So, 4 wins in the AFC East. Then you have the Jaguars are number 2. You probably would say in the AFC.
Can we take it from the top? Let's take it from the top.
Okay,
if you wouldn't mind.
You just want to run down the wins and losses based on teams.
Let's run it down.
All right, let's run it down. Let's run it down.
I'm ready.
All right. All right. So you got Jets Lions. What you got?
I got Jets all day, every day.
All right,
against the Lions.
So you're gonna count it with your crooked fingers. All right, so you got one. right, so we got Dolphins, Jets. Go.
Jets.
All right, so that's 2 wins. Then we got Jets, Browns.
I'm gonna give it to Dag on it.
Yeah, that's tough. I think we take a L. I don't think we're gonna
Yeah.
sweep, and it's Sunday to Thursday,
Yeah.
which is
I'll
tough.
give it to the Browns.
I'll give it to the Browns too. All right. So it pains me to say it, but yeah.
I know.
All right. So let's see. So then we have Jets, Jaguars. We beat them last year, didn't we?
Yeah. We did beat them last year.
Yeah,
We
we
beat them
did.
last year,
Yeah.
but I think they know what's up now. So I'm gonna say no. We're not gonna beat them. No.
Yeah. All right. So what that puts us at 2-2, right? 2-2.
Yep.
Okay.
2-2.
All right. So then we got Broncos, Jets. Go.
Are we at home?
I don't know. Let's see. Does it say?
I wish Paxton
It's
was
at
starting
Jets.
for
We
them.
are home. We are home.
Broncos. That defense is crazy,
I
man.
say it's a loss.
It's a loss. I wish Paxton Lynch was starting for them.
Yeah, I wish he was starting for them as well because we would have had a good opportunity to turn it
Yeah.
around on defense and get some turnovers or whatever. But I don't think it happens, and I think Von Miller coming in and all of that is going to be tough. So I don't think it
Yeah.
happens. That's a
Yeah, it's
loss.
gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard.
All right. So going to Colts, Jets. Go.
Jets. We got 3 wins.
Yeah, that's 3-3, right?
Yep.
3-3. Okay. All right. So we 3-3 on that. Uh-oh. Then we got Jets, Vikings. Go.
Loss.
It is a loss, right? 3-4.
Yeah.
3-4. Oh.
Yeah.
And that's my wife's grandfather. That's his team. So I know I'm going to get a phone call after they obliterate us too. I know I'm going to get that call after he obliterates us too, man. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So Jets, Bears. Go.
Jets. We're 4. We got 4 wins now.
Yeah, I'm with you. So we're 4-4. Sorry, Anthony. So that's my boy. I'm sorry. Hey, we gonna have to beat you, man. Trubisky's out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got the better of the young quarterback, so it is what it is. But all right. So then after that, we got Jets, Dolphins. Go.
You know what? Because my cousins and my uncle, they're heavy Miami and they're Florida Gator fans, everything Florida. I'm gonna listen. We're gonna get our 5th win.
I think
right
so
here.
too.
See you later.
I think so too. I think it ends up that's 5-4, right? If I'm
it is.
memory serves me.
5 wins.
So
5 wins.
That's 5 wins and 4
I'm
losses.
counting them. I'm counting. We got 5 wins. So basically, we swept Miami.
Yep.
We got Detroit. We swept Miami, so that's 3 wins. We got
Bears.
Chicago, that's 4, and then our 5th one
Was the Colts.
the Colts. Yeah,
Colts, yeah. And that's my wife's team, so got to be my wife's team. Got to do that. All right. So now we're 5-4. We're feeling ourselves. We are in the thick of the AFC playoff picture at this point in time. They throwing you up and down or whatever else. You got the Ravens and all this other stuff that we're jockeying for positions or whatever. And then what we don't want is the letdown because now who's coming? The Buffalo Bills. We're 5-4. We got the Buffalo Bills. What say you?
We're gonna win. I'm not gonna give the letdown to the Buffalo. They're too bad. They have regressed. They're not a good club. They're not a good franchise. They also are starting a rookie quarterback that's going to make more rookie mistakes than our rookie quarterback.
Indeed.
We're sweeping them too.
Indeed.
And their O-line is terrible, worse than ours. Ours is average. Theirs is not good.
Yeah.
We're sweeping.
I'm with you. So now we're 6-4. Now we're really feeling ourselves, right?
Yep.
Feeling good. Are you feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready? The New England Patriots.
Loss.
Yo, can I get the S out on the Patriots before you say loss?
No.
Sheesh. Gronkowski runs all over us.
Yes.
By that point, Sonny Mitchell is out there coming from Georgia, and he's running all over the place too, I think, at that point because he's got his legs under him.
And then we go on our other podcast, and we're talking about how much we love Jamal Adams and how great of a season he's having.
Yep.
And then Gronkowski kind of handles him a little bit,
Kind
and
of
then we
crushes him.
kind of and forces us to start second guessing him, and then we slap ourselves in the face and say, "Let's not talk like that ever. This kid's a great kid. He just had a bad game."
I hope so because I really like him. I like his
Love him.
moxie. Love the
Yeah,
what he comes and brings to the table, his leadership and all that kind of stuff, and just taking responsibility for things. You got to love all of those things, but it's
love
got
it.
to show on the field. And the tight ends, if
Yeah,
that's the only thing that you do is cover those tight ends, then cover those tight ends, man. So now
yeah.
we're 6-5 at this point.
Yes, still holding on to 6 wins.
And we're feeling like, do we belong in the playoffs, whatever else, we're an average team, blah, blah, blah. And then we play the Tennessee Titans.
I think we can beat him.
I think we could beat them too.
Yep,
And Mariota's already hurt.
he's already hurt. I don't like the receivers that they're putting out there.
Nope.
They don't have a consistent bell cow of a running back.
Nope. Not at all.
They have a couple, people that you need to keep your eye on, like Dion
Deion
Lewis.
Lewis, yeah. And Henry can
And
run over you. Yep.
Yep,
Yep.
he can. And you know what? I want to see Darnold go deep on Butler. Just because I wanted him so bad in the offseason. But I want to see Darnold go deep on him and have somebody like, I don't know, Terrell Pryor just like burn him, or Robbie Anderson.
Yeah. Yo,
Just,
so
just
not everybody's going to
burn
get
'em.
this, but what I would say is pause. All right? Pause.
Yeah, funny.
so so then you got that Tennessee Titans, and then that puts us at 7-5, right?
Yes.
7-5. All right, so we got 7-5. We just beat the Titans again. We're going back up. We're gonna make the playoffs. We're gonna make the playoffs, and then who comes knocking on the door now? The Buffalo Bills.
That's the Bills? Oh, wow.
Again. Yeah. Yeah. So we just played them.
All right, we're about to be 8. We're about to be an 8th win.
8. That's 8-5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that puts us at 8-5 at that point in time. So let's, you going through it, 8-5.
Yep.
That's yeah, right. So you surprised yourself, aren't you?
I did.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
And
8-5.
and that's with giving us a loss to the Browns as well, So, I think the only thing that we may have miscalculated is one of our letdowns, and that being in our division in Miami. I just refuse to give the Bills a letdown. They're just that bad.
So looking at the schedule, I'm gonna tell you why my 8-8 matches up, and that's where we're gonna end up. Okay.
Yeah.
Next team is the Houston Texans.
We're not winning.
We're not winning that, so now we're 8-6. Okay. So the next team is the Green Bay Packers.
We're not winning.
We're not winning 8-7, and then the last game of the season, which then says, are we going to the playoffs? Or are we not going to the playoffs?
New England
is
wants
the New England Patriots.
We're not going to win that either. We're going to get swept by them.
Right. So then that puts us in 8-8. I mean, if we're counting them out and wins and losses and just toggling back and forth, obviously you said 7-9, so we could end up 7-9. We could end up 8-8. We could end up 9-7 if we steal something from Houston, and let's say Deshaun Watson doesn't play as well as he played last year, and he plays like he played this year. He played like a rookie, right? So with all of those said, I mean, I'd take an 8-8. Bowles keeps his job. We keep the offensive coordinator consistent. So Darnold comes in, and then he's a super master of the playbook at that point in time. And then, man, he comes in and looks like, I don't know if you watched the Bears game in like the first quarter, or you watched the whole thing, but Trubisky in the first quarter, like that first drive and a half, he looked excellent.
He looked good, huh?
He looked good, and I think, and they switched leadership over there. So I think that just the sophomore thing, it kind of leads me back to the reason why you want to start Darnold this year is that you take your lumps year one. I think he's a better quarterback as a rookie than Trubisky is now.
So do I. I definitely think that.
Right. So that being the case, you have all of those things and factors. You throw them out there, get him another training camp and OTAs and all that kind of stuff. You throw him back out there next year, and you got somebody that can look like a Carson Wentz.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. People act like throwing your rookie QB out there is
Irresponsible or something, right?
irresponsible. It's the wrong thing to do. It only adds to the detriment of a player. But if you look at the history, it's like you just mentioned Carson Wentz. I can list off like a number, like a bunch more. Ever hear of Peyton Manning?
I think so.
Ever hear of Troy Aikman?
Right.
No. So guys like this, and they're both Hall of Famers, and I could have named other people as well, but it all depends on the makeup of the individual that you have. And we have assessed this guy. Um, I'm willing to put a rookie out there if I'm the coach, and if I'm the coach that says this kid, Sam Darnold, doesn't make the same mistake twice. That
Yep.
means you're sure.
Yep.
And Coach Bowles said that about him.
Yep.
So if this kid is not making the same mistake twice, I know it's it's like it could be just a saying, but basically it's positive stuff. And you don't have quarterback. I'm sorry, you don't have confidence in a quarterback that continues to make the same mistake. And if he doesn't even make it twice, your confidence has to be at a sky high level. But he's also the head coach of the Jets, so he's kind of like, I got to temper this just a little bit,
Sure.
because I don't want to just give this to the media because
Sure.
the media in New York is nuts.
Sure.
But I think that he and everyone in this organization really feel high about him. And if you feel that high about him, get him out there. Get him out there.
All right.
Who cares if he's a rookie? Who else started as a rookie? The kid out there in the for the LA Rams, Goff.
Yeah, Goff definitely.
He started too.
Definitely.
And his rookie season was okay, but that's what you expect out of a rookie. Either not that great, but I'll take okay. And then last year he had a great year.
Mm-hmm.
And Wentz was, if he didn't get hurt, he was going to be the MVP, and I had him in fantasy.
Sorry, buddy.
I would have had the chip last year too, man. But anyway.
So, all right. So, are we gonna move on? Because I think
Yeah,
we
man.
the predictions up.
Let's move on. We've already set our predictions. We're all in like basically the same realm.
Yep.
Except for Kerry. The cutoff for me is 7-9, 7-9, 9-7. That's the realm. To me, 6-10 is just too many losses for me to be able to digest, and for me to really say this is what I think the Jets are going to do, and to also call into question leadership, coaching, and front office. So 7-9, 8-8, 9-7. That's safe for me. And you know what? We just went through the whole thing. It's feasible. It's doable. We can make this happen.
Yeah. I think it calls Curry into question and just his knowledge of football. But that's another point.
Exactly. And then this is going to lead us and this is going to lead us into our next topic. What would we consider a successful year for Sam Darnold, thus the franchise as a whole? So we were talking about the records, right? But it's not just about the records. So what would you say is a successful season for Sam Darnold, B?
So for me, Sam Darnold's successful season is 60+% completion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's back up. Doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, man.
All right. Let's start there. Do not get hurt. So play all 16. Do not get hurt. Then he's accurate. So above 60% completion percentage. Yeah. I would also say that touchdown to interception ratio, I'd love to see 2-1, but I think that's aggressive. So if I can get 20 touchdowns and 14 picks, I think I'll go there. And then not a lot of fumbles, because that was the thing that happened to him, was a bugaboo for him at USC. So then that adds up. I'll take the 14 interceptions in 16 games. I wouldn't love it, but I feel like it would show progression. And then maybe to put a little icing on top, like win a couple games in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
You could lose a couple too with a pick or two, and I listen. I gotta take that as growing pains. There's ups and downs, but anything above that for me, and the yards are whatever they are. So I don't really care what the yards are. You're gonna get your yards.
Yeah.
But I think the touchdown to interception ratio is important. The completion percentage is important, and then having the moxie to be able to, when the game is on the line, win one or two of those. I think that would be success in my eyes for Sam Darnold this year.
You know what? I totally agree. And I think that you and I are on the same wavelength when it comes to this. A successful year for Sam Darnold for me would be the exact same year that Ben Roethlisberger had when he was a rookie.
Mm.
Remember that? I think they went like 13-3. He was a game manager. He was a rookie, talented as all anything, managed the game and brought them, I think, to the AFC title game, if I remember correctly, or somewhere close to it. But they definitely made the playoffs.
Didn't they win the
And
chip?
no, not as a rookie, I don't think. Did he win the chip?
I'll have to fact check that, but I think they won the
Yeah.
chip.
I don't think they won as a rookie. I think he might have won the second year. I think he won the second year.
Okay. Jermaine Curse is out by the way tonight, which we already
Yeah,
kind of knew.
yeah, we knew that. We knew that abdomen. But if you're going to manage the game, that's fine. And basically, why I agree with you is because what you just said: 20 touchdowns and 14 picks. Those are game manager numbers. Game manager numbers. He would probably end up being at maybe 2,800 yards passing. Here's the thing: I think I would be more pissed or tweaked if he's fumbling than say interceptions.
Right.
Fumbling just seems so elementary to me. It seems so college to me. If you're throwing picks, yes, that'll tweak me out too, but at least you're kind of slinging it around a little bit, and then you just need to fine tune your reads and your disposition in the pocket to know when to make the throw. But fumbles, it's usually like boop, and then it can really just. It's not even like if you throw a pick, you can treat that as a punt. Just make sure you make the tackle when they pick it off. But like a fumble, man, that it just shows elementary football mechanics, and I don't want to see that out of this number 3 pick in the draft that we've invested so much into. I really don't want to see these fumbles. So he's really, and he's done a good job in the preseason of it. I don't think he's had one. So he just really needs to hold on to the ball in that regard. I can absorb a few picks as long as I'm seeing him throw more touchdowns than that and managing the game well and really learning the pace of the game and being able to make those nuanced reads that people like Tony Romo was talking about. People like Bowles talking about how he doesn't make the same mistake twice. I really want to see this. I want to see it manifest in his game and just seeing that man. Come on, man.
I mean, dude, we
just had a win right here, man. Come on, baby.
Yo, I mean, we as Jets fans right now, we are so engaged in this game right now because this means everything for our franchise. Think about what this means for our franchise. But I would say this: there are bad interceptions and there are interceptions. There are bad fumbles and there are fumbles. So I think if the offensive line totally breaks down and from the blind side, Beachum gives up quickly somebody off the edge, Ansa, something like that, off the edge tonight. Next thing you know, he doesn't see him and he's there ready to deliver. Boop. I mean, and he gets blown up. That's one thing. I think him.
But if he's fumbling a snap, that's another thing.
Oh yeah, that's the worst kind because it didn't even.
Worst.
It's not even like you had an opportunity to make a play or anything like that at that point. So I'm definitely with you on that. But I think same thing with interceptions. Yeah, if you're doing a Hail Mary at the end of the half or the end of the game, that still counts as an interception. But whatever. But if you're trying to fit it in a tight window, okay, great. But if it was just an inaccurate pass, and that's a really bad interception, or the wrong time in the game, that's a bad interception too.
I'll put it to you this way. We would take Brett Favre type interceptions over Matt Schaub type interceptions. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Right.
I'm with you. Yeah. Going for it. Really going for it. And then really it goes there. As long as you didn't supremely overthrow the dude. And it was like, dude, what were you thinking on that one? Right. But I'm with you.
Yeah. Because you know what? At the end of the day, one has a ring. The other doesn't. One is in the Hall of Fame. The other one is in the Hall of Lame.
Lame.
And speaking of lames and flames and fames and all of that,
woo!
I want to talk about our fantasy flames and our fantasy lames. So this week, even though the week isn't over yet, but we got to talk about it, fantasy's in full swing.
Yep.
And I've got a couple guys, but the two that I picked out, the first one I'm going to talk about is my flame, and my fantasy flame is Tyreek Hill.
Oh my god! And didn't I say when you drafted the dude, you was like,
Yeah,
yeah, Tyreek Hill did it. I drafted
yeah,
him in my other league, and I really wanted that dude. And you obviously you picked him before I did. Next thing I know, you pick him. I'm like, oh, Tyreek Hill,
yeah,
my man crushed this year. You picked him up, and you were like
yeah.
ho hum about him. And then I'm like, you saw what happened to him, man. Crazy.
Right, right, right. You know, I picked him. There was no other top tier receivers left, and he was the last one that I had ranked in the top tier. And I'm so happy that I picked the guy. He is the focal point of the entire offense, even more so than Kareem Hunt, who I absolutely love. And somebody scooped him up before I got him, and I ended up with Christian
McCaffrey, right?
McCaffrey, yeah, who
Yeah.
I like a lot, but I really wanted Hunt. But I'm so glad I got this kid Tyreek Hill, man. He's like you want to call Dante Hall the human joystick? This one,
Oh, it's crazy.
real
The
human joystick.
first play, what was that? The first punt. He
Yeah.
scores on the first punt, and then he scores on the next play from scrimmage on the offensive side. It was crazy.
Did you see the way he was walking when he was walking back after
Oh,
scoring?
absolutely.
He was walking like he was walking like a wooden soldier.
Those were the dudes chasing him, the wooden soldiers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But he was walking back like,
that's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna go into my flame, man, and
All right.
it pains me to say this dude's name right now, right?
Oh boy.
It
Yeah.
really does, right? And I think you
Uh-huh.
know where I'm going to, right? Maybe you do, maybe you
I don't
don't.
know. Oh yeah, yeah. You know what?
You know
Yeah,
where I'm going?
I think I know. I mean, let me guess. Le'Veon.
No.
Ooh.
This is a flame. This is not the lame.
Oh, my bad.
Right,
My
right.
bad. My bad.
This is
A
the
fl-
flame, not the lame, or put you to
So,
shame.
so as a Jets fan, it's got to be somebody that we don't necessarily like. It's got to be Tom Brady.
No, it's even worse, right? So
Even worse.
it cuts my heart right now. So it's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh yeah. Ugh.
Right? You know, you
Yeah,
feel a little
yeah,
gross, a little slimy, a little bit.
yeah.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, okay, 417 passing yards, 4
Yeah.
passing touchdowns, 4 40-yard completions, right? 12
Yeah.
rushing attempts, 36 yards rushing, and a rushing TD
Yeah.
for 53 points.
Yeah.
What? What are you talking about? Where is that coming from? It's absurd. And to think that this guy could put together a game like that, but then at the same he couldn't hit the side of a barn. So
Exactly.
it's crazy. So and right now he's available in our league, just sitting
Yeah,
out
yeah.
there, and
He's sitting.
that is indicative of the fact that next week he's gonna come out there and throw for 172 yards and have 3 interceptions. It's crazy.
And 2 fumbles.
2 really bad fumbles, not the good ones, the
Yeah.
bad ones.
And that's the thing. Like, he's the type, right? He's a flash in the pan. He's not even a flame. He's a flash in the pan. And this is what Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to do. He's going to have a decent year or however long he's going to play. I'm not sure if Jameis is going to come back and regain his starting spot or whatever. It's going to be harder, especially after this performance. But during his tenure that he's going to be out in the field,
Yep.
he's going to do well. Then he's going to get a new contract,
Of course.
right?
You
To
know
extend
he's going to be a free agent. You know it.
Right. He's going to be a free agent, get a new contract, maybe making, I don't know, 14 mil a year. Remember when he held out for that?
Yep.
And then he's going to stink the next year when he gets a starting starting job.
You know what it is though, right? So he's
Incredibly
playing.
inconsistent.
So he's playing right now on house money because
Yes.
he knows Jameson is coming back, and if it was just for the suspension and there wasn't, and the team wasn't so down on him, I think Fitzpatrick really thinks if he plays well in the first 4 games, he'll keep the job.
Yeah, I know.
And I think that they actually probably said that to him, not in so many words, but just in general, like, you know what, this guy, it's up for grabs. So if you play well, then we'll keep you in there. And then again, same thing. He'll start, take him to the playoffs, get bounced
Yep.
in the first round, get a big get a
And you
big
know what?
contract.
And you know what? When he gets bounced in the first round, he's gonna have a terrible
Terrible game.
game too.
Terrible game, man.
Gonna
Like,
throw for like 86 yards and
yeah.
set a record of like 7 interceptions.
Oh yeah. Just like circa 2 years ago, Buffalo Bills, New York Jets, when we got bounced by Rex Ryan. Right?
Unreal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, what's your lame?
Well, my lame, I have this guy in fantasy as well. He's in a great offense, on a great team historically, and just has a lot of tradition. And if I was not a Jets fan, I think that I would naturally gravitate to this team,
Okay.
um, because of their history, tradition, and just the lunch pail mentality that they bring historically to the game of football. It would be Pittsburgh, and my lame is Big Ben.
Oh wow.
Ben
Okay.
Roethlisberger. I have him as my quarterback. I think he had 5 turnovers yesterday. He
Yeah, he
was not.
did.
Yeah, he had 5 turnovers. He didn't look good. He made poor decisions. He looked like he still needed another week of camp to uh, refine his skill set and just to get back into playing rhythm and playing shape and everything. He just didn't look good, and it was because of you know his ineptitude that he wasn't able to exploit the best 1-2 punch as far as receivers in the entire league. And then you had this guy Connor, this running back who I also picked up and gave me like
Oh,
38.5 points.
I hate you. I
Yeah,
hate you.
I love it. Uh, you know, uh, so he wasn't able to exploit that as well because he had a buck 35 running, he had a touchdown, and he had a bunch of yards receiving as well, and had an outstanding game. And then you are not gonna beat the Cleveland Browns and let them come back. This is all your fault, Ben.
That's terrible.
And the Browns haven't won a game, I think, in like what 32 attempts or 36 attempts, I think.
And they still, I mean, the Browns
And they,
kill me, man. They can't even win right. Like you
I
can't,
know.
you can't even you can't even come up with an extra point. Like, come on, man. Like, just 1 point.
Yeah.
Kick the field goal and make it. Like, I understand the wins of 40, but it's because it's you. You're the reason why there were 40-mile-per-hour wins, because they knew that you were going out there and that you were going to be tied 21-21, and they did not want you to win. So it figured that you couldn't win, you'd tie.
It figures they couldn't win, right? But then at the same time, Big Ben, why are you making this even into a conversation? You should have just handled your business. The only thing that I'm going to give them is the fact that okay, it's an interdivision rivalry, and it's always tougher to play in your division. But I mean, gee whiz, come on, man. I mean, these guys haven't won a game yet, and you're making this into a conversation. Big Ben, you're a Hall of Famer in my eyes, and you have the best 1-2 punch as far as wide receivers in the game, and your team overall is great. Your defense played outstanding as well. You see this guy T.J. Watt? He was sick. He was sick yesterday, blocking kicks. I think he had like
Crazy.
4 sacks or 5 sacks. You got to be kidding me. So, he just couldn't exploit any of the opportunities that he was given, and he needs to get back in there and step his game up and be the Big Ben that everyone is used to seeing, unless he's not that anymore, and that means I got to trade him or get rid of him. I'll trade him to a sucker like you.
Oh, wait. So, first of all, that means I didn't realize that was your QB, right? So you're angry.
Yeah, I am.
Right?
Yeah,
so you're angry, right?
I'm angry.
Yeah,
I'm
you're angry. So the second piece is I have him on my other team in my other league. So I'm a little annoyed right now.
Yeah.
I'm still winning, but I'm a little annoyed. So I would say this. So my lame
plural,
right, is the Pittsburgh Steelers as a whole.
Wow.
As a whole, right?
Yeah.
They are ground zero for fantasy. You have 2 first-round draft picks annually every year. Le'Veon, Antonio Brown. I don't think there's any other team that has that. Right? No other team.
It's about to be Mahomes and Tyreek Hill after this year.
Oh my God! Well, but in our league, we're not going to draft a quarterback in the first round. But I mean,
That's
Mahomes,
true.
Kyle right now is tight. He's like, I don't care what Darnold does. Mahomes went out there and
Yeah, he's tight.
shredded him, right? So he's tight
And he
right
has
now.
and he has every reason to be tight.
He
He
does.
does.
He does. He
He
called.
does.
He called that early and often,
He
and
called it on draft day.
I think before draft day, way
He
before.
called it. No, he called it weeks before draft day. I'm gonna give it to him.
He might
Weeks before.
He might have
He
called.
put me on to him.
I know. He did. He might have called it before they were even scouting. Like when the year was over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when the college season was over, he was
Yeah.
like, yo, fellas, you got to check out Pat Mahomes, man. You got to check him out. And
There's
then
this guy in the Senior Bowl.
he
Like,
could throw 700 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So my lames are the Pittsburgh Steelers in general, right? So you have Le'Veon Bell, who I would have drafted him because we drafted super early. So now I'm glad that I did not. I would have drafted him. He was my top 3-4 people.
Me too.
Elliott, David Johnson, and then you got your man on the Rams as well. I would have drafted that dude and been hot. I did not draft him my recent draft, which was a couple days before the season started, and I had an opportunity to. I passed on him because I was like, I don't know if this dude is going to show up. So that's
you had Elliott high. I didn't have him that high.
I had him top 5. He's good.
I had Barkley over him and Kareem Hunt over him.
I did not have Kareem Hunt. I did not
like
have
that kid a lot.
Barkley. I like both of those guys. I mean, there's not like any wrong answer per se until you actually draft them and you see how the season turns out. But I thought Elliott, like, there's no competition. You don't even know who his backup is, right? So and
he's got no one to take the pressure off him, though. That's the thing.
He doesn't, but even so, they lost the game 16-8 and did not run. He should be running 30 times a game.
That's true. He only had 15 carries.
They should be playing option. That's all, right? Wing T, option.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dive right, dive left. You know what I'm saying?
They should be playing Power Eye like what we did.
Oh, absolutely.
Baldwin. Yeah.
Absolutely. What are they doing right now? I don't even understand what they're doing. So Elliott was up there. But just getting back to my lames.
Go ahead, brother.
You got Antonio Brown, who did not play like a first-round draft pick this week. Right. You got Schuster.
He scored though.
He scored, but Antonio Brown is supposed to score.
But that's Big Ben's fault. You can't score if you're not getting the rock thrown to you, and if your QB is eliminating the chances that you're getting to catch the ball because he threw 5 picks.
I'm gonna get to him. I'm gonna get to him. Right.
Yeah.
You got Schuster, had a good game, but again, where he was drafted, his ADP was probably like 3rd or 2nd round in most leagues. Then that's a lot of draft capital for somebody who's who's a number 2 on that team, and he scored too.
I love Punky Schuster.
I did.
Sorry,
clown, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, boy.
And then the kicker, but that obviously was 40-mile-per-hour winds. But Big Ben, like you said, I think in general, you are seeing the end of a fantasy dynasty at this point.
Wow.
You are.
Wow.
Le'Veon Bell's going to go. He's going to go to the Jets, which you hate, but I think it's an inevitable
I don't want him.
thing. I know you don't want him, but I love him, and I'll take him in and hug him all tight. Pause.
I respect him, but pause. Yeah.
Right.
You gonna hug him tight and get it and get all in the neck and smell his cologne like that?
Nah. Nobody said that. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Yeah, nice big bear hug, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? With a little lid and a thigh. You know what I mean? Easy, all right? Easy. You're getting off the rails, man.
You're gonna be like, yo, B, I think he's wearing Dolce.
Dracar, maybe. Dracar.
Now that's what you're wearing when he's smelling your neck. And he's gonna pull away from you like this.
Whatever, clown. Well, like I was saying, man, I think this is the end of a dynasty right now. Le'Veon Bell is out of there. I mean, I like Connor, and that's all well and good, but he was running against the Browns. And Big Ben maybe has this year, next year. I think after that he's going to retire. And then you have Antonio Brown left. Schuster is whatever he is, and now they don't have a quarterback to replace Big Ben leaving. So this is what I see, the chink in the armor right now for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're going down, baby, down.
Yeah, I hear you, man. You know what? So wow, you think it's basically Armageddon in Pittsburgh after this season, right? Wow, little fire and brimstone over there. All right,
I
we'll
think
see what
so.
happens.
I think so. I mean, there's
Yeah,
everything that's kind of leading up to it. Le'Veon Bell is a huge piece, and I like the fact that Connor had a big game, but let's not
yeah,
get crazy. Le'Veon Bell has been the engine in that car for years,
right,
and you just don't replace that. Somebody has to go in and get 400 touches and do what he's done with 400 touches for the past 4 or 5 years. I just
right,
I think it's going to be hard for somebody to not get hurt, and he got hurt, but come back and then be able to go back and do it again and do it
yeah,
again and do it again. And he missed games in there too. Got suspended a couple games,
yeah,
this and this and that, and still came out with top 1, 2, non-quarterback in points in fantasy. So that's just ridiculous. And I just can't when he leaves, I can't see it being the same. And then once he leaves, I think Ben is like, what am I sticking around here for? I'm just waiting
right,
for an injury at this point. And I really don't have the love for the game. Like Tom Brady goes out there and he's like, I want to play. I
right.
think Big Ben has to come in every year and say, do I want to play?
Mm.
Do I want to play? I don't
But
know.
you know what? I'll tell you what though. Honestly, I don't care because I'm not a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. My Jets, they come on in what? Literally 7 minutes. So what I'm gonna do,
Woo!
I'm gonna shout out our beloved Baldwin Bruins right now. This weekend, the
Baldwin.
Baldwin Bruins beat East Meadow, okay, 29-14. Now back in the day, we would have been like, East Meadow, what? East Meadow who? But in this generation, apparently East Meadow is pretty good. And
I like how you
the
threw shade when you said apparently.
yeah, I did. I did. And hey, good for them. The only thing I don't like about them is that, well, it's not the only thing, but first of all, East Meadow, you shouldn't be named the Jets. All right.
Oh, that's terrible.
So
It's
yeah,
terrible. It's
come on, the
terrible.
East Meadow Jets. It doesn't even sound right. Get out of here. And then the Baldwin Bruins handled you, so I'm glad you stepped up, you played them. But Bruins, woo! Congratulations, Coach
That's right.
Carroll.
That's right. Shout out to AA Ron Taylor
Yeah,
out
A.
there.
Ron
That's
Taylor.
right,
Yep,
baby. That's right,
Rob's
baby.
getting
Yeah.
the stats over there. The
That's
Baldwin
right.
Bruins
That's right.
keeping
Handle that.
a legacy.
There's a legacy here, man. Taylor legacy. Don't let us
That's right. That's
down.
right. So, our beloved Baldwin Bruins started off the season with a win against a tough team, the East Meadow Jets. And now it's the Jets team that I don't care for. That's the Jets team that I don't care for. So I just want to say a big congrats to head coach Carroll,
That's
Coach
right.
Carroll Sr.,
Coach Carroll.
Coach Clemens, and all the Bruins staff on the win. And just want to just shout you guys out. Also want to shout out the alumni game that's going to happen on September 22nd at
That's right.
2 p.m. at Baldwin High School on the football field.
That's right.
The alumni game with a whole bunch of alumni. I'll be there. BKBK will be there. Brian will be there. Kerry will be there.
That's right.
And we're just going to have a great time and just reconnect with our old brothers and our sisters as well. The whole Baldwin Bruin family.
That's right, Camilla. Come on out. You know what I'm saying? Make
Camilla,
sure you
come
wear
on
your
out.
little cheerleading outfit.
Yeah,
Let's
Donna Hire, get back in that Bruin Bear outfit.
That's right, baby. That's right.
Yeah, get Tara Samios out there and tick 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 boom dynamite.
Boom boom dynamite.
We're dynamite. We tick 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 boom. Yeah. Yeah, man. So let's just do that. So just another reminder, guys, on September 22nd, the Baldwin Bruins will be hosting the Hicksville Comets. This game has officially been designated as the alumni game. We're asking all former Baldwin Bruin varsity football players to come back, show your support for the program we all love so much. We're asking to help spread the word as we will continue to try to build up a very strong and supportive group of alumni to help pave the way for present and future Bruins. The day will consist of the alumni being recognized on the field at halftime of the game. Cash raffle, T-shirts, etc. will be available for sale. We are just kicking off this idea, and we need your help. We're looking for a great turnout and would ask that if you plan on attending, please email Baldwin Bruin Football Alumni at gmail.com. Once again, Baldwin Bruin Football Alumni at gmail.com. please make sure that you give your full name and the year that you graduated. Coach Carroll's in the process of inviting all of the former coaches to the program, and we hope to put together a video and a picture montage for that evening. So they're doing great things, B.
Yep.
I'm so happy to be a part of it, and I'm looking forward to September 22nd at 2 p.m.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, hey,
so
man.
folks, we're going to sign off now. We love you guys out there.
Love y'all. BKBK.
BK family. We're here doing it. We're here for you guys as well, and just for our own enjoyment to just be able to just come together as brothers and sisters and just to spread the Bruin love once again. And hey, man, go Jets.
Go Jets.
Go
Jets.
Team
Bruins.
BKBK.
That's right, baby. Guns out.
So, hey, we're winning tonight, baby.
Yeah.
Jets.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, hold on, B.
Yeah,
what's the score? What's the score? I'm going to say Jets 28. 28-21 Jets.
Yeah. I'm going to say 28-27.
1 point. You know what? I'm going with that.
Yeah. I think 1 point. I think Darnold brings us back with that touchdown. We end up 27-21. Darnold leads us down. Winning touchdown, 28-27. Drop the
Boom.
mic.
Mic drop.
That's right.
Give me the playoff music, B. One.
That's right. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That's right, baby.
Woo.
BKBK all day.
That's right. Time for the win.
That's right. It's time. We got 2 minutes. All right. And we out.
We out. Love.